the KX News Storm Team.
Welcome back, everyone, into KX News at 4. Post-cold front, we're noticing some cooler than average temperatures across the vast majority of our viewing area, but we're also noticing that there's quite a few scattered showers and some isolated heavier downpours and thunderstorms on the back side of this system. I want you to picture the main cold front essentially approaching closer to the general Jamestown area, so away from our viewing area. We're going to give you a little bit of a radar tour right now, and you can see closer to south of Crosby approaching Noonan. We're noting some of those heavier downpours in that part of the state here towards areas to the far north and west. So this is generally to the north of Highway 2, and certainly not the only spot where we're seeing some of those decent steadier showers. This is approaching closer to Mohall. Down to the south of that is where we're expecting some more of those heavier downpours to develop here, even where we're seeing more of those deeper and darker shades of oranges, yellows, and reds. And finally, another decent shower or downpour approaching closer to the general Harvey area. So between Drake and Harvey is where we're seeing more of that isolated rumble of thunder here. I'm not expecting any thunderstorms we do have on the map right now to become severe, just because the environment is not favorable for that at this point in time. But as we take a live look at Harvey, you're noticing the blue skies essentially dwindling at this point, and that is because we are expecting you to get clipped by a decent shower here in the next several minutes or so. Already cooling you down to 73 degrees. That wind presence out of the west around 10 miles per hour or so here. But once these showers and downpours are out of our neck of the woods, we are trending a little bit drier. And fortunately, it has helped things along in terms of the air quality index. Now, this is much, much better compared to what we were showing you even earlier this afternoon, where we've gotten back to more of that moderate range in the greater Bisman area and points south of that, even approaching areas to the north and east here. We do expect all of us to return back to that better range in terms of the air quality index as time goes on this evening. However, I certainly can't rule out a little bit of an additional haze to the skies, even post-cold front here going into tomorrow. But the good news about that is I'm not expecting things to be as worse for the air quality index as it has been since even earlier yesterday afternoon. So this again is going to be thanks in part to the showers kind of moving through. Better chance for this development is likely going to lie due north of Highway 2 here, and some spots down to the south of Minot along Highway 83 could get clipped by a stray shower or so, getting towards 8, 9, 10 o'clock this evening is when we're expecting those skies to essentially fully clear out, and that is why you'll note a bit of a change in the wind direction, why some of us may be waking up to some additional haziness to the skies early tomorrow morning. But I do want to point your eyes towards kind of the skies this evening. If you look to the northeast, we're approaching the peak of the Perseid meteor shower tomorrow evening here. So at its peak, we can see up to 120 meteors per hour. So great time to look up to the skies later on this evening, even going into tomorrow as well. As we look at Williston's next 5, staying relatively cooler until we approach the 90s, getting towards the middle stages of this week. Not going to last for long here as we look to cool back down into those 70s by the time we get towards the weekend. Same generally holds true looking at Dickinson's next 5 as well. Mid to upper 70s for tomorrow, trending a little bit drier. We're seeing some lower chances for showers and storms across the vast majority of our viewing area here towards the end of the week. Even holds true looking at Minot's next several days as well. Good news about this, we're keeping those chances for rain at about 20% at this point in time. That could definitely change as time goes on. And Bismarck's next several days, best shot at reaching those mid-90s briefly for Thursday, Joel.
So if, a little warm, sunny. I know this weekend we kind of got smoked out again. We were thinking to ourselves, hey, pleasant evening, and then it was just hazy across the landscape again.
If it's not one thing, it's another. It seems like we can't get to break, whether it be the smoke, the storms. So I'm happy to report we may see less of that as the week goes on.
What if people get the air conditioner fixed and then they only get to turn it on for Thursday and that's it? Then summer's over.
What a
I
shame.
don't know.
What a shame.
You do all that work to get things nice just in time, and then summer's over, it seems. Vanessa, thanks so much.